Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for another video. Chelsea's 2020-21 fixture list has been revealed. This is always an exciting day for me on the calendar. I've got my coffee here to get me through this. Of course, always an early start when these Premier League fixtures are revealed, and I wanted to make a video about it to discuss it. Interesting, and it's interesting because usually when fixtures get revealed, sort of like June time, you have to wait a few months till you actually see these fixtures play out. Luckily this time, because of the unique circumstance, of course, the pandemic, we don't have long to wait now, only a couple of weeks till the season gets going. So I'm really intrigued to see what Chelsea do in terms of pre-season fixtures. But let's talk about the Premier League fixtures because that's what we're here for. Who are Chelsea playing on the opening day? It's going to be Brighton away from home at the Amex Stadium. Decent fixture. I actually went to the game last year, of course, a 1-1 draw. Of course, unfortunately, was there to witness that wonder goal, which prevented us from getting the 3 points. But interesting because, of course, Lewis Dunk, potential interest from Chelsea to bring him in this summer. Will he still be a Brighton player when we play that fixture on the 14th? I believe it's not the 12th because of Chelsea's European commitment. We get a little bit further time off, which is what Frank Lampard asked for, so we get that. Interestingly, though, a week later, it doesn't get any tougher than this. Liverpool at home in the Premier League. Narratively, of course, Timo Werner could have joined Liverpool. His first game as a Chelsea player at Stamford Bridge will be against Jurgen Klopp's side. That is just typical football. That's how football goes. Then I jump forward to Boxing Day. I always look forward to that game. It's always a big day on the calendar for a lot of football fans. We're away to Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium. A very tough game, very big game on that day. Usually it's not a massive game, but it is this year. Interesting though, when I look back to last season, of course we played Arsenal on about the 28th or 29th. So it's around the same time again, a London derby. I believe we have, of course, West Ham at home on about the 19th of December. So London derbies, usually local games get played around Christmas. So that's always an exciting time. Let's move on now to Man City. When we're playing Man City, we're scheduled to play them firstly on the 2nd of January at home and then 8th of May away, which is right at the tail end of the season. Man United, we play first on the 24th of October away from home at Old Trafford and then play them at home on the 27th of February. Leeds United, that's a big thing this season. Leeds United being back in the Premier League. Our first league encounter with Leeds in 16 years is scheduled for the 5th of December, so pre-Christmas at Stamford Bridge. We head to Ellen Road on the 13th of March. I think the interesting thing about that is, will any fans be allowed back in the stadium? I'm pretty sure away fans probably won't be allowed, which of course I think dampens the atmosphere for a massive game like that, but I know a lot of fans will be excited for that game. Now we jump forward to the run-in. Chelsea's last 4 games of the Premier League season. If something really is up for grabs here, if Chelsea in a dreamland, of course, are in the title challenge or we need to get Champions League football, these are the final 4 games. Arsenal at home, Man City away, Leicester at home, and Aston Villa away. It's tough to know what Leicester we're going to get, but I still expect they're going to be a decent side, and they gave us some difficult tests last season. We know about Man City away from home. Potentially they could be in a title challenge, and I expect them to be much more than they were this year. Arsenal, I think a bit of an unknown quantity. Would it be better under Mikel Arteta next season, and more than they were, of course, last season? So that's a difficult one. That is a difficult run-in for Chelsea if things are really up for grabs there, and Chelsea really need to go into those games and win those games as well. Some other things to pick out, which I'm taking from the Chelsea website. Tottenham, I know, is something everyone looks out for. Jose Mourinho, the encounters with, of course, Frank Lampard. We play Tottenham at home on the 28th of November. That's a Saturday. And then, of course, Leeds a week later. So we have back-to-back home games, Tottenham and Leeds. Some tasty encounters there for Chelsea, I'm sure. Looking at other games, Newcastle away. That's always a difficult game for Chelsea. 21st of November. Sheffield United, I look at that game as well, as they're all going up in front of me. I think the actual start is not that bad, to be honest, other than Liverpool. I look at it, Brighton away, and then after Liverpool, we have West Brom away, of course, back in the Premier League after getting promoted last year. And then we have 2 home games on the 3rd and 17th of October, Crystal Palace at home and Southampton at home. I do think Southampton are going to be a really difficult team to play this year. They've really improved. I think they could be, when I do probably my Premier League predictions, I think they're going to be a surprise package this year. I really do. I think they could do a lot better than last year. The way they improved under HUDSON-ODOI, I think that will be a bigger test. Of course, we know what to get from Crystal Palace. Gary Cahill returning to Stamford Bridge to play against us. It's an interesting start. And then, of course, after those two games, we do play the next big game, which is Man United away from home. Champions League fixtures are another big thing for me when I look at a Premier League season, and sort of if you're in the group stages, when those games take place is a little bit different this year, because I don't believe the Champions League group stage starts until like late October. So potentially Burnley away on Halloween, Saturday the 31st of October, we could be playing a Champions League game pre. But it's exciting, it really is, to know the season is just around the corner for fans. For Frank Lampard and Chelsea, it's the difficult second album for Frank Lampard. Of course, 1920, we sort of, had low expectations based on the fact of the transfer ban, Lampard's inexperience, the young players coming into the team. Frank has now invested in the team, and there's going to be more investment, I'm sure. Potentially that opening day 11 could look very different to the last 11 of the previous season. And there's going to be increased pressure on Frank Lampard this season to improve the team, to move forward, to progress again. I think personally for me this season in the Premier League, we have to be doing better than just a slog for Champions League football. I know it's difficult. I expect probably Tottenham and Arsenal will be doing a lot better next season than they did last season. I don't expect them to repeat the same campaign again. So it's going to be difficult to get into that top four. But I think Chelsea, based on last season, should have the quality to close the gap between Man City and Liverpool. That's something Frank Lampard has talked about a lot, and we've all talked about. For me, title challenge would be lovely, right? But it's just about progression from last season for me. Better defensively, better in front of goal. I think more consistency, beating some of the teams we're supposed to at home against low blocks. If we can figure out how to break down low blocks, I think Chelsea are going to do a lot better. But the new season is around the corner. By the time we get to that Brighton game, I'm sure the nerves will be back, the excitement will be back, the anticipation will be back. But please let me know your opinions on the fixture list in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so you never miss an upload. Follow me on Twitter @SonOfChelsea. Have a great day, and I'll see you again.